Hello, fellow YouTubers. Decided to make a video on a 2005 Chevy Trailblazer 4-wheel drive with the lovely inline 4.2 liter, which is one of the stupidest designed engines ever, in my book anyway. Because just to replace the timing chain, you have to pull the oil pan off first just to get the timing cover off. I mean, the only reason why I started working on this thing because cylinder number 1 had a burnt valve. But then turned out I needed a new timing chain also, so it just turned into a big nightmare. This is another stupid thing. The oil pan, 4-wheel drive front differential bolts directly to it. And the axle shaft goes completely through the oil pan. And to get the oil pan off, you pretty much have to take the whole front end of this thing apart. You gotta unbolt the rack and pinion, lay it down. Yeah, but to get the CV joints out, you gotta pop the top ball joint loose on both sides just to get enough room. But this is why, right here, that you have to take off the oil pan before you can get the timing cover off. The pickup tube here bolts right to the oil pump on the timing cover. And this is the inside of the timing cover, and that right there is the oil pump. The pickup tube bolts on directly there. So, just to let you know, if you're ever going to work on one of these, you're in for a headache. I mean, just to change out the thermostat on this thing, you got to take off the alternator. Oh yeah, and the AC compressor, the bottom bolts also bolt to the oil pan. So, all I can say is good luck to you if you decide to do this. And one other note for a recommendation, these head bolts, they are extremely notorious for snapping off when you try to break them loose. So what I recommend is, like taking an air hammer, pointing it directly down in there and rattle the crap out of it. I mean, not just a little rattle, rattle it. Then take your time trying to loosen it, then tighten it, just work it back and forth. Then you might get lucky and it might come loose without breaking. I had 4 bolts break on me out of all of them, and I had a nightmare getting one of the rear bolts out. And this is what happens. Just snap right off in the block. I really like to kick the designer straight in the nuts on this thing. It's just a stupid ordeal. All this just to replace the cylinder head. Yeah, it's a lot of work, so if you're not very mechanically inclined, I recommend taking it to a shop. Well, hopefully this video has been helpful. Oh, and another note, just for timing marks, these black links in here, this will be over here, and the other one will be right about in here. Actually, they'll be pointing out, and this mark will be pointing down here. Down here is top dead center. So, good luck to you all.